Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we are going to be talking about whether or not the tax time tune-up bundle is right for you. So, over the past couple of weeks, I've been talking a lot about what it means to prepare your business for tax season, why you shouldn't wait until the last minute, why you shouldn't stroll into 2020 feeling overwhelmed, all wrapped up in chaos and trying to figure out what exactly happened in your business in 2019, right? So, is the tax time tune-up right for you? So let's walk through a couple of things. Have my handy dandy notebook here because there are some things that I want to make sure I don't forget. And there's some specific things that I want to make sure I go over with you. So the tax time tune-up bundle is a service package. It's seasonal. I always offer it. I'm saying always. This is my second time offering it. But I usually offer it around the second half of the year to help businesses begin to prepare their business for tax time. So it was created to reduce the overwhelm, the stress, and the chaos that usually is accompanied with tax season. If you ever talk to small business owners, when you mention taxes or tax season, it's like a whole thing. They're annoyed, they're aggravated, tax laws are constantly changing, they don't know how much money they're going to owe, or they know they're going to owe a significant amount of money, and they just don't want to be bothered. And you know what? I don't blame them. Completely get it, right? So who is this for? So this bundle is specifically for service-based business owners who have not paid attention to their bookkeeping and accounting all year long, meaning you've been making money, you've been spending money, but your accounting system, your books are a mess. They haven't been touched. Some people haven't touched it all year long. Maybe you touched it in the beginning of the year because you were all about financial fitness, but then you fell off. But essentially, it's for service-based business owners whose bookkeeping and accounting is behind. You want to have an idea of what your tax liability is going to be. You want to understand and you want to know what some potential tax savings could be for you. And also you want to have a clear picture of what your 2019 financial performance was like. The thing is, preparing your business for tax time is more than just let's see what I'm going to be paying in taxes or let's see what I'm going to be saving in taxes, but it's also about how did your business do? How did it perform? Where did the money come from? Where did you spend? Even though these are things that you really should be checking in with at least monthly, we can still make sure that you have that information by doing it this late as well. If you're ready to stop winging tax time, stop feeling stressed, and stop pretty much managing your taxes ad hoc, then the tax time tune-up bundle is for you. If you want to keep more of your money, if you want to have an idea of what your money is actually doing, then this would be for you. So let's talk about what the process consists of. So right now we are in November. We still have a month left through the year. So initially you would set up a free consult and we would discuss and talk about what's going on in your business, how you run your business, the type of business you run, just so that I can gain some more clarity about the nature of your business to determine whether or not we would be a great fit for each other. If it's determined that we are, then we move into actually getting to work immediately. So it is my hope that you actually are using an accounting system. If you are not, we would get you set up on one before then performing cleanup and catch-up services to get all of your financial information in one place. The one caveat that I do require is that you actually have a business bank account. If your personal and business finances are mixed all together, that makes for a completely different problem, a completely different process. So back to doing catch up and cleanup. That usually is the first step. We have to make sure that we get all of the information into the accounting system and that we make some sense of it. We go through a whole process of making sure that your chart of accounts is set up correctly, your accounts are categorized correctly, and your financial statements are being shown accurately, and you're able to read them and understand what the numbers are actually saying. Then we move on to the end of the year tax report. So by getting clear on what happened in your business throughout the year, that then gives us more information to assist with making recommendations, determining where you might need to pay attention to, let's say in the coming year, findings, areas of concern, and things that you need to pay specific attention to. We then, as soon as the IRS opens up and allows, will file your return. And of course, we e-file. I am a licensed tax preparer, so I do have a P10. I am registered with the IRS. I do continuing education with the New York State Taxation and Finance Department. So we are licensed to go ahead and get your return completed. You, of course, are able to, not even able to, but we do have a whole process on where we draft the return. We make sure that you review it, highlight things, adjust things as needed before filing. And then we file your return. If you owe money, we get you set up with paying the IRS. If you're unable to pay, we get you set up on an installment plan to prepare to pay the IRS. And if you are required to pay estimated taxes, then we also get you set up with that as well. The problem is that so many people just bypass this step. You may file your taxes and it's like, I owe whatever. I've met people, business owners, who owe the IRS for years, and then they get caught up in a pickle, so to speak, because they can't make certain moves because the IRS has them on their ish list, if you know what I mean. And then lastly, the next step is to go through with you everything that we've done, things that you need to consider for the new year, how to continue staying on top of your books in the new year, and also post-filing assistance that we provide. Now, this is where we differ from a lot of other finance or accounting professionals, is that we provide audit assistance. So a lot of times when you're filing your taxes, you might just be randomly selected for an audit, or maybe not an audit, but the IRS will send you a letter and ask you questions maybe on things that you put on your tax return or that you filed. And a lot of people, I feel like when they get that notification or that letter from the IRS, it's like, oh my God, what's going on? I did something wrong. But that's not necessarily the case. And a lot of times things are random. But we hold your hand the entire way, and we walk you through that process, and we help you prepare whatever it is that you need to show proof to the IRS. So we do provide audit assistance as well. And that concludes our work together. That concludes the process of the tax time tune-up. But it happens in one container, which makes things a lot less overwhelming and stressful. And you get to cut your headache in half. You don't have to worry about it. That is for us to do. I am accepting 10 people. Normally, I only like to do taxes for those business owners whose books I keep throughout the year. But like I said, when I offer this specific bundle, I only take a select few of business owners. I am taking 10. And all you simply have to do is book a free consult. The link is in my bio, or you can head to bit.ly/taxtimetune-up. You can schedule a consult there. We can determine if we are a great fit for one another. And if so, we move on to end up, right? The other thing I wanted to discuss really quickly before I end is the 3 questions that I've kind of gotten quite often. So the first one was, how soon do we get started? As I mentioned, honestly, we get started immediately because it's November, which means that you have months of books that most likely have not been touched. So after we determine whether or not we are a great fit for one another, we are then getting started immediately with cleaning up and catching up your books. The second question is, what if you haven't touched your accounting all year? Will we still assist? And the thing is, that's what this is about. That's what this is for. It's for business owners who haven't been touching their accounting or their bookkeeping all year, and they have transactions just sitting, they have receipts just sitting, and they need to sift through and make some sense of what their financial performance was during the year, so that when it does come time to file taxes, you're not trying to do it all at one time, and you're not trying to do it all on your own. So yes, even if you haven't touched your books all year, even if you haven't touched them since January, that is totally fine. We will get you caught up. Perfectly fine. And then the last question was, what if the IRS contacts you post-filing? And as I mentioned, we provide assistance. So if the IRS does contact you post-filing, we will walk you through that. We will hold your hand. We don't just file your taxes and just leave you to figure it out, close shop, and then you're just like, I don't know what the hell to do. Nope, we hold your hand the entire way. So again, it's open for booking. I'm accepting 10 clients. You can either hit the link in my bio or you can head to bit.ly/taxtimetune-up. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me and I will answer them. And yeah, that is it for this. If you have any questions, please let me know.